So in a video by Rabbi Twerski, he talks about lobsters and how lobsters grow. As you know, lobsters have a very hard shell. But how did that come to be? So when a lobster has its shell and it needs to grow, it'll hide underneath of a rock temporarily and it needs to shed off that shell. But that process is very dangerous because there's all these predators and it's now exposed to the outside environment. So the lobster really doesn't want to throw off its shell. But what makes this lobster throw off its shell? And the answer to that is discomfort. Over a period of time, the lobster internally is growing and expanding, and that shell that it lived in has become tight and constricting. But still, it's very dangerous for that lobster to throw it off. So it'll sit in that uncomfort for as long as possible. But then there comes a certain point in time when the pain of being inside of the shell is much greater than the risk of throwing it off. And so eventually, as it's growing, it'll throw that shell off and then it'll expose itself to the environment and to the possible risks of the predator. What does the story have to do with you? Well, sometimes in life we become uncomfortable and we don't really want to change because it's not that uncomfortable. But then there comes a certain point in time when the discomfort of our current situation is much greater than the discomfort of throwing off that shell that has been holding you back. Sometimes we think about discomfort and don't like it because it's uncomfortable, obviously, but it is important for that growth process. It's critical that when we have this discomfort to feel it, to embrace it, and know that it's all a part of the growing process. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment or any messages below.